people shot, newspapers banned. It is shocking how naked acts of violence, breaches of the law, barbaric opinions appear quite undisguised as official decree. Actually, it's terribly risky, even to be writing this.
It was the 23rd of March. The communists were in jail. There was no one left to stop the new Nazi majority in Germany's parliament. When delegates voted to consolidate all power in Adolf Hitler. He had been chancellor for exactly 52 days. Now, for all intents and purposes, he was dictator.
We cry with happiness and joy. All traces of resistance have been eliminated. Enthusiasm grips the entire nation. We can barely believe that our beloved Führer stands alone at the helm of the Reich.
Church bells ring. Children wave flags. There are daily parades. The people have become used to cheering, even when there's no reason for it. It is reason enough that people who distance themselves from the Nazis are tortured to death daily with steel whips and electric drills. Better to celebrate. Howl with the wolves. Heil, Heil, Heil.
You're watching Third Reich, The Rise. For more on World War II, go to history.com.
It was the 28th of March, 1933. Adolf Hitler had been dictator of Germany for 5 days. Even so, unless you openly opposed the Nazis, your life went on as before. But for some, that was about to change.
We are having lunch with a law professor and his wife. They are both Jewish. The amazing thing is that this clever, charming woman is not at all opposed to the Nazis. On the contrary, she lectures us on the outstanding qualities of Adolf Hitler, on the greatness of the age which we are allowed to witness, on the national rebirth. And she is firmly convinced that no harm whatsoever will come to educated Jews in Germany.
4 days after this lunch, Nazi Party member Walter Langer used his camera to document another historic moment in the new Third Reich. The Nazis were boycotting all Jewish businesses in Germany. Fewer than 1 in 100 Germans were Jewish. Most saw themselves as Germans first. Even so, Hitler said the Jews were Germany's misfortune.
Suddenly, everyone feels justified or required to have an opinion about the Jews and to state it publicly. Distinctions are made between decent Jews and others.
I sympathize with the Jews. However, I would support their conversion to Christianity, with all honesty.
Why do they still lie when they already have the power to do what they like? I want to know that. Why don't they just kill us? If that's what they want.
This footage was shot at the Oranienburg concentration camp outside Berlin in the spring of 1933. It shows an orderly camp where prisoners are treated humanely. But if you were there, you would have experienced something much different.
No one ever knows when it will be his turn to be beaten, or for what he must be beaten. Those who are beaten up in the camp usually do not say a word, because they dare not. But at night, you could hear the groans and sobbing.
A friend tells this story. A man's garden was dug up. There was supposed to be a machine gun in it. But nothing was found. To squeeze a confession, they beat him. His corpse was brought back to the hospital. His body had boot marks on the stomach and fist-sized holes in the back. The official cause of death? Dysentery.
The message was clear. Opposition of any kind would not be tolerated. The Third Reich had begun its rise.
You're watching Third Reich, The Rise. For more on World War II, go to history.com.
It was January 1st, 1934, and the Nazis were ringing in the new year.
A year of success is behind us. People, state, and nation have become one. And the strong will of the Führer is over us all. Germany stands before the world as an unshakable unity.
But not everyone was welcome in the new regime. Only those citizens the Nazis believed were racially superior. And this year, they would begin to engineer more of them.
Lieber kleiner Heinebuttje, wo kommst du auf einmal her? Kommst du von den 1000 Sternen oder kommst du aus dem Meer? Deiner Züge glatt verspiegelt.
In 1934, Nazi Party member Kurt Hartmann and his wife Lotte welcomed this new baby boy. Ulrich Hartmann was lucky that his parents did not suffer from undesirable genetic traits. Because this year, the Nazis would begin surgically preventing those Germans from breeding. The Nazis made propaganda films like these to encourage compliance with the new law. But you could be forcibly sterilized for anything they considered a genetic flaw.
I have been informed by writing that I am to be rendered infertile. I reject this decision. I cannot understand why they want to sterilize me, since I've done nothing wrong. Anyone could have suffered from a nervous breakdown.
Emma was sterilized anyway.
People shot. Newspapers banned. It is shocking how naked acts of violence, breaches of the law, barbaric opinions appear quite undisguised as official decree. Actually, it's terribly risky, even to be writing this.
It was the 23rd of March. The communists were in jail. There was no one left to stop the new Nazi. 52 days. Now, for all intents and purposes, he was dictator.
We cry with happiness and joy. All traces of resistance.
Majority in Germany's parliament. When delegates voted to consolidate all power in Adolf Hitler. He had been chancellor for exactly...
have been eliminated. Enthusiasm grips the entire nation. We can barely believe that our beloved Führer stands alone at the helm of the Reich.